Good afternoon, and welcome to MJ Live. And it's good to have you. It's good to have you here with us this afternoon. I know it's not the usual time. Welcome, Marva. I see that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're just going to play a lot of music like we normally do, and give people a chance to come in, especially since the link did change. All right. So I appreciate you for being here with us. And let us go ahead and listen to a little music while we go and share the um, the stream. Okay. I hope you can see me. Let me know, and let me know if you can see and hear me. Okay. I'm using a different mic today, so let me know if the sound is okay. I know it should be clearer, so let me know as we go through. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. Welcome, welcome. Hey, blind guy, his wife, they're live. Welcome. Let me know. Can you hear me all right? Can you hear and can you hear me all right? Turn my talking phone down. Let me know, let me know. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Marva, and thank you, Laquita. Laquita Marie, what a pretty name. Welcome, welcome, guys. Come on in. Let me know if you're here. Just drop me a little message, then I'll know you are here. Thank you. Music levels are good too. Awesome, awesome. All right, I'm not going to keep you long today at all. I'm not going to keep you long because I got to go out somewhere later. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm not even going to play that again. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome to MJ Live. I know it's a different time. It's quite early. But for those who are watching the replay, it doesn't even matter, right? So welcome, welcome for those who are here. Marva Riley, RN, author of Share, a recipe book, and also welcome Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Awesome, awesome content creators who have an awesome YouTube channel, which I was watching today, all about foods, healthy foods, health, wealth, and just good living. I love your channel, and I really, really appreciate you guys. And shout out to Corey if you're listening in the background too. All right, so we are jumping straight in. Please do go ahead and share with somebody. Go ahead and share. I know it's a unusual time. Go ahead and share and let people know that we're live. I think I'm going to probably just do the replay at 8 o'clock, the regular time, as well. So, my name is Millissa Jayne, and it's good to be back here. It's another Thursday. I do love Thursdays. It's to the end of the week, and it's me getting ready for the weekend. So I do really, really love to be on here on Thursdays, and it's what I've been doing for years, years and years and years. Always on a Thursday evening. So tonight, let's go ahead and get through what we're here to do. We're going to be ditching our debt today. Ditch in our debt, and it's about the fifth session in our series of shows all about retiring ready, retiring prepared, and we have a lot of things to do in order to prepare for retirement. If you want to prepare correctly, let me know that you're here. If you're joining me for the first time, or if you're joining me and I don't see your name in here, it's good to just drop a little message in, and at least I'll know that you're there and I can acknowledge you. So I do appreciate that. So the whole purpose of this series is just to make sure that we have our T's crossed and our I's dotted as far as being prepared for retirement. And there is quite a lot of things that are involved in the journey into retirement. It could be maybe you're not even close to retirement, but you're willing to start thinking about it right now. For me, I retired about 4 years ago, but I also questioned to myself, I wonder, am I doing this right or am I doing this wrong? So that's why I decided to just go back and do some really in-depth research on all the different aspects of the retirement phases and make sure that I'm doing the right thing. I'll be consulting some experts along the way as well, just to make sure that we have really, really good and correct information. And to be honest with you, most of the information that we are looking at, we can find it for ourselves online, right? I mean, the internet is such a fantastic resource to finding information. So that's what we're doing. We're going into the resources that we have available for free, and we're benefiting from that. And of course, somebody like myself who doesn't mind getting in there, digging deep, looking for all those great resources and templates and all sorts of things. And I have a community where we put all the information together and we can go through it piece by piece by piece. So welcome, Gary Dixon, music producer. Oh, you like the new time slot, huh? It's actually not a regular time slot, but who knows? Maybe I might consider doing this regularly, because Thursday nights, there are usually a lot of fun things happening on a Thursday night. So, and I usually have to miss them. So maybe what I'll do, if there's an event happening on a Thursday night, I'll do the show early and I can attend that event. All right, so I'll consider that. Anyway, please go ahead and share, let people know that we are here. Before we get really, really into it, let me just give my special VIPs some love. Let me give my VIPs some love just by doing something like this. Yes, indeed. We are showing some love to our VIPs. And if you'd like to be a special VIP on my in my community, in my channel, all you need to do is send me an email at info@melissajayne.com. info@melissajayne.com. All right, and you can be a part of the VIP, which basically means you get a flyer on my channel and you get special other benefits, which we talk about in our community. And also, if you want to be a part of our private community, where all of the templates and all of the resources are held, you can also send me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me, or email me simply at info@millissajayne.com. Shout out to the VIPs, says Blind Guy, his wife, they're alive. And shout out to you also, Laquita Marie. Her channel, she has a show Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me tell you, that show is one of the most entertaining and informational shows out there on these YouTube streets. So how's everybody feeling tonight? How is everybody feeling this afternoon? How's everybody feeling? Just drop me a little message how you're feeling this afternoon. And we're going to jump straight in to our content. So let me go ahead and pull up I actually have slides for you today. I have slides for you today. So let me go ahead and pull those up. And let's get into it. Let me go ahead and make my slides full screen. Yeah, let me know how you're feeling tonight. Let's make this full screen as I present to you my slides for today. All right, let me go ahead and share that for you as well. All right, let me know how you're doing, guys. I'd love to know how you're doing. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're going to be talking how to ditch our debt today. That is the purpose of why we're here today. Who wants to ditch their debt tonight? Who wants to ditch their debt? Just drop me a message if you're ready to ditch your debt. All right. Let's go through it all. So the introduction, basically, for most people, debt is part of life, but it doesn't have to be. You know, I don't think that everybody has to have debt. You may be in debt at some point, but you can't get out of it. And that's what we're here for today. But you need to have a plan in order to attack it. And you have to be intentional. Because if you don't have a plan and you just try to do something by yourself like that, it's typically not going to work. You have to have a plan. You have to have a structure. You have to have a timeline. And all of those things help you to achieve your goal. Doesn't matter what it is. Whether it's trying to get rid of debt, doesn't matter what it is. You have to have a plan. This plan is provided that you have an income. So the plan that I'm going to talk to you about today, it's provided that you have an income. If you have an income, then you can get out of your debt a lot quicker. Now, if you don't have an income, it's probably going to require that you get an income from somewhere. All right? You can't just expect to get out of debt without some kind of income to attack it. All right? So you have to have a job. You have to have some way of having an income to eliminate that debt. Welcome to Facts and the Uncomfortable Truth with Bernard S. Great to have you here at this time of the day. It's really, really nice to see you. How are you doing? All right. So let's go back to this. So let's go. I'm going to be going through 8 steps on how to eliminate your debt. All right, 8 steps. Number 1, you're going to add up all of your debt. Well, I wonder if you could see this big enough. Is this big enough for you to see? Let me know if this is still big enough for you to see. Because I want to be on screen. I want to be on full screen here. Add up your debt. All right. All you're going to do is add up all your debts on an Excel sheet or written piece of paper in a notebook. Add up all your debts, and I'm going to show you a template on how we're going to do that. All right. So on this one, this is just an example, okay, guys? So you're going to have you can do an Excel spreadsheet. I think is very, very simple. But if not, you just do it, mark it up in a book and line it up and put your headings in like this. Your first column is going to be due date. Your second column is going to be your creditor. Your third column, the balance. Then we're going to have the interest rate and then the minimum payment. Okay? And then just put in all of your credit cards. Let's say you had 3 credit cards. Your first credit card, when is the due date for that? And be specific. Your credit card is, let's say it's the Capital One credit card. What is the balance for that credit card? What is the interest rate for that credit card? And what is your minimum payment? All right. Your second, let's say it's a, Wells Fargo Bank. You put that one in there. Again, your balance, your interest rate, and your minimum payment. Your third credit card, whatever it is. Again, just go down the list and put all of your information in. Let's say you have a student loan. You're going to put in the amount, the interest rate on that, and your minimum balance. Now, there was some information that came out, was it yesterday, about President Joe Biden, um, canceling about $10,000 of student debt, or 20,000 of student debt, depending on how you what your situation is, single or married, and how much you make. So do look into that. Just do a search for um, President Biden student loan elimination or something like that, cancellation. All right, and then your auto loan can go on here as well. Now on this document, we're not going to include our mortgage for now, but that will be a second plan to attack your debt. But first of all, we want to get rid of our consumer debt. All right, and then you put your total at the bottom, your total balance of all of your debt, and also your total minimum payments for your debt. Now, minimum payment is very, very key, because this is really what you're going to start with. All right, let me just go ahead to the chats here. Welcome, Urban Gardening Chronicles. It's great to have you here with us this afternoon. I'm not usually here at this time of the day, but it's great to have you. And shout out to Facts and Uncomfortable Truth. All right, if you're with me, just drop me a number one that you've understood the add up all your debt section. Put in number one that you've gotten the tips for step number one. All right, so on step number two, and even before I go to step number two, you kind of have to decide, is this something that you really are committed to do? Because this is not for the weak of heart. This is not for those who are not ready to attack and eliminate their debt. This is for those who are absolutely ready to do something about it. And I know that most people that are in this room are people that are conscious about being debt free or being responsible for their monies. So I know that you guys already probably are even doing this already. But I want to encourage you to share this with somebody who you feel maybe need it. All right, let's get back to it. So step number two will be call the creditors and ask to lower your rates. Now, I have done this. I did this when I was eliminating my own debt and when I was also helping to eliminate somebody else's debt. All you need to do is call each of the creditors. Call up Capital One. Be as polite as you like. Don't have any attitude. Be as polite as you like, and also tell them how long that you've had your account. Listen, creditor. I've had this account for 10 years. I've been with you faithfully for 10 years. I've always paid my bills on time, or whatever it is. Tell them your story. Tell them your hardship. Explain that you're going through some hardships right now. You're committed to paying off all of your credit cards. Can you lower the rate of interest? You might have an interest rate of 15%. Ask them, is it possible to lower that rate? Tell them that you're committed and you want to pay off your credit. Now, some credit card creditors will do it, and others won't. But you can't harm to ask. So just simply ask the question, and you'll be surprised that you may get what you need. Tell them that you're even going to use the auto pay, or turn on your auto pay if you're not already doing so. This will help you not to have to, think about things too much. You want to have things on automation to make things go smoothly. Then also, if you need further help than that, you can also call the National Foundation for Credit Counseling for free help. The website's right there, www.nfcc.org. Go to the website, see what resources they have in there, and they might be able to help you as well. A lot more resources than I'm going to give out today. Then there's also another website, clark.com. I use clark.com. They have a free helpline. You can call them up and ask them any question that you want. They've been doing this for 20 years. I think it's 20 years, possibly more. call them up. They're live between 10 and 4, I believe, Eastern Standard Time. You can ask them for support. You can ask them for help. All right. Drop in number 2 if you like these suggestions on calling up the creditors, ask to lower your rates, and even you can also ask them if there's any other way you can get out of this credit card debt. All right, guys, that's number 2. Just drop in number 2 if you're liking that. Feel free to share this information with somebody that you feel may need this help. Let's go on to step number 5. Step number 3. Refinancing for a better interest rate. So even if you are not able to call them up and simply ask them to lower your rates, you may be able to lower your rates by opening up a separate credit card with a 0 point interest, a 0 point annual fee, and something that has rewards as well. So you may be able to, let's say you had two credit cards which has a high interest rate. You can open up a credit card with a 0 point interest. They're usually for a temporary period only, like a promotional period only, maybe for 12 months, maybe for a year and a half. I haven't seen one for 2 years, but a year and a half is usually the most I've seen. And I can tell you, you can do a balance transfer onto the lower interest rate cards, and at least you get some sort of a break for a year and a half. So that's definitely something worth considering. But make sure that you're responsible. Make sure that you keep a record of when the interest rate is going to change, because you don't want to get yourself into trouble after a year and a half when it's over. All right. So that's number 3, refinancing for a better interest rate. Go ahead and drop a number 3 if you've understood step number 3. All right. Number 4, make sure that your debt is part of your budget. So remember, in one of the first sessions we talked about budgeting. Make sure the line item is part of your budget. So for example, when we looked at our spreadsheet and we looked at this number, this is the amount, the minimum payments. We want to make sure that we can at least have $1,000 in this occasion, in this instance, on your monthly budget. All right, put that on your monthly budget and a plan to attack $1,000 at least for each month as we're paying this down. A little bit for each one, a little bit for each of your creditors. All right. The other thing I wanted to talk about regarding the budget is after you've called all of your creditors and you were able to lower your interest rate, you might just have to modify your spreadsheet. It might look a little bit better than this. Your interest rates might be lower now, and your minimum payments will be lower as well. All right, so definitely update your monthly budget or your debt repayment plan each month, because this is going to change each month. Each time you pay a little bit down, your payments will go down a little bit each month. So it's going to be awesome. Once you see your payments start going down, you're going to be psyched. All right, so you're going to track everything on your debt repayment as well as your monthly budget each and every month. Let's see, did anybody else join? Welcome everybody that's in here. And what does this say? There's usually a fee for the balance transfer. There usually may be a fee for that, and also the fee, make sure that your fee is lower than the interest you'll be paying. If you add up all the interest you'll be paying, for as long as the credit cards will take to pay off, the fee is usually much lower, and in the long run it'll be better. All right, so let's go on to step number 5 and put a number 4 in the chats. We did number 4. Put a number 4 in the chats if you are good with that step. Let's move on to number 5. Set a debt payoff goal. So update your spreadsheets with your lowered interest rates. Each month, track your progress and be realistic based on your own circumstances. You know, some people maybe have a higher salary and can throw more than your minimum at the debt, but be realistic. Don't be too hard on yourself. This is a plan. Plan it out. Maybe your goal is to do this in a year, to pay it off in 2 years, 3 years. Be realistic based on your income. All right? And then make it visible. I say pin this to your wall. When you have your chart on how much you're going to be paying off each month, do a little chart. Put it onto your wall so you can visibly see things going down each and every month. All right, that will psych you out. That will psych you up in order to pay off your debt a lot quicker. All right, so let's go ahead and put a number 5 in the chat if you understand number 5. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them in. And at the end, if we have time, if anybody wants to come up, we can have a little chat about it as well. We're not going to be here too long because I am going out a little bit later. All right, so number 6. Here, now that we have our plan together, we're going to go ahead and start paying off our debt. And there are 2 main ways that people usually talk about when we're talking about paying off the debt. The option 1 is to do the snowball method, which basically is starting with your lowest debt, because this will give you quicker results. Let's say, for example, let's go back to our chart for a second. Let's say we started paying off the lowest amount, which is your 2,500 credit card. Once you've paid this off, right? Once you've paid off the 2,500 credit card, even though it has quite a high interest rate, it's higher than those 2, right? Once you've paid off that 2,500, you can wipe that really off your chart altogether. You're going to eliminate that line item altogether, and you're going to feel great because, wow, I've paid off at least one of my debts. I'm going to feel psyched. I'm going to feel, well, really, really good that I've paid at least one of my items off. That's one option. The other option is to use the avalanche method, and that's starting with the this should have been the highest interest rate, I believe. This should have been the highest interest rate. I made a mistake in my text there. Start with the highest interest rate first. So in this case, it would be the highest interest rate is the 21.99% interest rate. If you start with this one, you knock that out, and then you can, once you see that eliminated, that will save you money in the long run. So there's multiple ways. I would even say there's another way of starting with the highest the highest amount. If you wanted to, starting with the highest amount, that's going to take the longest time, so that might not be a good idea. So I would say the first 2 options that I gave here, starting with the snowball effect, starting with the lowest debt, or the avalanche, starting with the highest interest rate. I believe that's correct. If anybody wants to correct me on that, feel free to jump in and correct me. It's either the lowest interest rate or the highest interest rate. Yes, we are doing the snowball payment plan now, and it's working very well. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So how do you feel after you've paid off one credit card or one debt? How are you feeling? Let me know how you feel after you've paid off one and you move on to the next one. Nevertheless, Clark Howard, one of my the people that I follow in the financial industry, he gives an explanation on how to do both. You know, how to, it's a 6-minute video on how to do both. And if we have time at the end, we'll go ahead and play that. There's the link right there. All right. So if you're liking those options there, just drop me a number 6 in the chats. We didn't do 5. Just drop me a number 5 and 6 in the chats. All right. All right. So we're moving on. Let's see what. Let's see what. You feel a sense of relief. Wow. So paying off a portion of your debt, you feel a sense of relief. And I bet you it motivates you to go on to the next one, right? It motivates you because you know that you have a plan. You have a plan together. Obviously, you have a plan, and you're chipping it off piece by piece by piece. So congratulations, everybody! Just give a congratulations to Bernard S for being on his debt-free journey, and we know that he's going to achieve it because he has great goals. Gone back to school at the age of 43. I think it's 43, 40 something. He's gone back to school at the age of 40 something, and he's crushing it. So big shout out to Bernard S. And check out his channel when you get a chance. Urban Guardian says, yeah, 6, enjoying it as well. I know my blood pressure went down. That is awesome. Yes, go on to the next one. That is so great. 48, let's get it right. Let's get the age, put some respect on the man's age. At the age of 48, Bernard S. is going back to school to study. Isn't that amazing? So we really want to celebrate you for that, because by you doing that, you're actually inspiring other people to do just that as well. All right, so let's go back to a couple more steps here, and we only have 8 steps, so it's really good. So step number 7 is to find more money. All right, so pay more than the minimums each month with any extra cash. So once you've paid off one, so what Bernard S is doing, once he's paid off that one debt, now that debt doesn't exist, the money that he was paying to that debt now goes to another debt, right? And it goes on and on and on. So each time you get more money, you put it towards the debt. And anytime you have extra money, you're going to put that towards the debt as well, because you're going to get so fired up. You're going to get so motivated. You're going to be looking for ways to make extra money, finding extra money. So, for example, anytime you're going to be buying something, look for deals. Look for, this is what I want here. Is that too small? Let me know if that's too small. Look for deals and comparison shop, guys. You don't have to always buy the first thing that you see. Let's see who just came into the room here. Let's see who just arrived. Professor Black Ops, cybersecurity for the people. Hey, Professor Black Ops. I was watching one of your trainings the other day. So great. I think it was introduction to cybersecurity or security. Was it AWS? Possibly AWS. So, facts and the uncovered of truth with Bernard S. Congrats and good luck on the education journey. So happy to have you here with us, Professor Black Ops. Thank you for stopping by. I know I'm not usually here at this time of the day, but we really appreciate you stopping by. And also, Coach Mary Ma, bless you and thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. All right. So, let's get back into this comparison shop. All right, cut back or cut out the luxuries, and this is just for a period of time, guys. When I was on my debt-free journey, I cut out a lot of the fun things. You know, didn't go to the salon, the nail salon. I just, did my own nails. Hair salon, cut that out for a period of time. Cut out extravagant parties or whatever. You just have to decide that you're going to cut back. Vacations, cut back on those vacations for a period, and it's only for a period of time until you get to the goal that you want. All right, we're not saying that you're going to do that forever, but just cut it out for a period of time. Let's say, for example, your goal is to be debt free in 2 years. For 2 years, you're just going to cut back. It's not going to kill you guys. It's not going to kill you. All right? Cut expenses. Call up all of your providers and negotiate lower payments. Again, call up your cell phone provider. Call up your internet provider. Cancel your Zoom prescription subscription if you're not using it. I'm not using Zoom as much as I used to, and I decided to go online and cancel. And just before I was about to cancel it, they said, you know what, I'm gonna cut it in. They're gonna cut the Zoom subscription in half. Only because it was cut in half, I decided, you know what, let me keep it. There was another subscription that I had. What was it? I think I cut back Amazon Prime recently. I decided, I'm not even using Amazon Prime. I'm going to cut it out altogether. So I cut that out. And sometimes, when you call up a provider and you're about to cancel, they will either cut it in half or give you a really, really big discount for like a period of time. I think with Zoom, they've cut it in half for about 6 months. So call up all of your providers and see if you can get a deal. Switch providers if you need to. You might have AT&T. You can switch it to Verizon or whatever. You can usually get a good deal when you comparison shop and you decide to cut back. All right. So you want to find some money. Clark Howard also Clark Howard also has a link where you can go and gives you a lot of great information about cutting your cable bill. And as a matter of fact, I don't have a cable bill. I use all of those free services like Tubby TV, and there's a lot of them. I have a list somewhere, but you can go online and actually get a lot of TV for free without having to pay a cable bill. You buy an antenna. There's a lot of channels that you can find if you do like to watch TV. A lot of channels you can find. Share a Netflix subscription with your friend, with your relative, or you can all sign in with the same username and password. Don't tell Netflix I said that, but you can do things like that. Sell stuff that's in your house. I bet you have a lot of equipment or a lot of things in your house that you can sell. Sell some stuff. Sell clothes. Sell books. Sell exercise equipment if you're not using it. And also regarding the TV, I would say try to cut back on the amount of TV that you're watching. Study. Find things to occupy your mind. There's so many great YouTube channels, and I'm coming to the chat in a second. There's so many YouTube channels that are out there that's giving you great information, even financial information like what I'm sharing with you right now. So many courses, training, education that's out there for free. Fill your mind with great knowledge instead of watching so much TV. I'm not saying cut out the TV completely, because I love to just escape from reality from time to time and watch a little TV, but try to cut back on the amount of TV that you consume, and even do what Bernard S is doing and go back to school. That will definitely make you cut back on your TV as well. I'm going to go through this slide and then I'm going to come to the chat room in 1 second. Yes, sell stuff. Again, there are links that are provided, and I have a community that I'm going to have all of these links and resources. I have a community. If you want to be part of the community, it's completely free. Just let me know. Just get in touch with me somehow and let me know. And then put all money saved towards the debt. I repeat that. I've said it at the beginning. Pay more than the minimum each month with any extra money, and throw all your extra money towards your debt. And then celebrate your milestones. When you have paid off a debt or a credit card, any one of the debts, celebrate. Do something nice for yourself and celebrate, because you've achieved something, and it's important to celebrate even the small wins. Even you've paid off $200, celebrate. Bernard, what did you do when you paid off your first debt? Did you celebrate? Did you do anything special for yourself? let us go back to the chats. Let's welcome Gail at night. Hey Gail, thank you so much for joining us. Didn't expect to see you at this time of the day, but thank you so much for tuning in and being our moderator. Best moderator ever, the best moderator out there. And I'm coming in early tonight because I'm going out this evening. I'm going to share what I'm doing this evening in a little bit. So please be sure to click the like button. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Definitely consider subscribing because I believe that this series that I'm doing is going to change some lives, and I know it already has changed a few lives. If you're in here and you haven't dropped a message in, just drop me a message so that I know that you're there. And if you haven't dropped a message in the last 5 minutes, drop a message in again. Let me know that you're here so I can just show you some love. Hulu, yes, Hulu, bye. I turned off Hulu a long time ago, and I just use the free ones right now. Blessings, Professor Black up, and saying hi to Gail. Great tips, says Marva Riley. RN, author of Share the Recipe book. We're gonna have Marva Riley come on again when we're talking about our health. Our health is our wealth. We're gonna have Marva Riley come back again and help us with that episode. Gail at night. Everybody's giving a shout outs to Gail at night. Free is great. Oh, so much free stuff out there. It's not even funny, guys. So much. The Fire Stick is amazing. Yes, I purchased the Fire Stick, guys. I purchased the Fire Stick, and I use that. It's really good. It costs about $30, $35, something like that. And Amazon are doing deals all the time on the Fire Sticks, and you put that into your TV, and you can watch a lot of channels with that. You do have to pay some extra subscriptions, but there's so many different things on the Fire Stick. You don't even have to pay for anything. So we're right there, Bernadette. We're right there. The Fire Stick, I have the Fire Stick as well. So definitely, guys, follow me on Instagram. My name is the same everywhere, Millissa Jayne. On Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. I appreciate you for following me. And again, if you want to join my free community, just let me know. Just get in touch with me somehow. Hello, Professor Black Ops for the people. Facts and comfortable truth, says Gail. Gail is coming in, celebrating and shouting a big shout out to everybody. Oh, yes, cigars. So that what you celebrated with a cigar? Is that what you did? Is that what you did? You celebrated with a cigar? Okay. That's good. It is changing my life to be around like-minded people. Bernard S., it's a pleasure to be around people like you two. I really enjoyed your Saturday morning stream where you were talking about your channel, facts and the uncomfortable truth. Really great content there as well, guys. Make sure that you check him out as well. Loving this, says Gary Dixon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Gary. Always supporting my channel. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to number 8. Step number 8. And if you like step number 7, which was quite detailed, drop me a number 7 in the chats. All right, number 8 is the final step, because basically now you're paying off your debt. You're chipping it off piece by piece. You might need some support. Right? You might need some support while you're doing it, because I know that when I was paying off my mortgage, and basically I followed all of these steps that I'm doing to pay off my mortgage. I had a 30-year mortgage, and I paid off my mortgage in about 9 years. And all of these things that I'm telling you, that's how I did it. There's nothing magical. There's nothing different than paying off your credit card debt, then paying off your mortgage. All of the stuff that I did, I did to pay off my 30-year mortgage in 9 years. Okay, so you have to get aggressive, guys. You have to be intentional. You have to be around like-minded people as well. Just like Bernard said, you have to be like people that are paying off their debt. You want to be around people that also do the same thing. So, free debt management, free training, community and support. All right, I think I should get rid of one of these frees. Debt. Oh, no, that's right. You want to be free debt free debt management, free training. Forget what I said there. It's supposed to be debt free with free training. You want to be debt free with free training, I think is what I was trying to say here. Be a part of a community and get the support from your community. So you're going to seek financial education because a lot of this stuff, of course, we didn't learn while we were growing up in how to be debt free. So you want to seek financial education. Keep getting it into your mind week after week after week, month after month after month. Let it be part of your life to be financially educated. And there's a lot of free education out there. Get disciplined with your money. Question why you are spending what you are spending your money on. Right? Ladies, especially, we love to buy stuff. I think that we may have been conditioned, we may have been brainwashed to think that we need to buy clothes all the time. We need to buy these things all the time when we don't. Think about why you're spending what you're spending. And we talked about this in a previous episode. Let's say, for example, you have an event that you want to go to and you want to buy something new. Why do you want to buy something new? Go to your closet. This is what I said before. Go to your own closet and just look through your entire closet before you buy something, because chances are you're going to find something that you haven't worn before or you haven't worn in a long time. And the other thing to do is to make sure that you have an organized closet. Make sure that you organize your closet, and especially what I like to do is to color code my closet. My blacks, my blues, my reds, my yellows, my purples, my whatever. Color coordinate it so that when you're thinking about what you want to wear, what you want to buy, go to the closet, check out that section. Oh, I have this blue dress. I haven't worn this blue dress in 5 years. Take it out, dry clean, wash, whatever, freshen it up, and maybe even accessorize with it so that it looks new. You don't have to always buy brand new clothes all the time. Let me know what you think about that, guys. To be added to the VIP crew, send your flyer to via email to info@millissajayne.com. Definitely. All right. So get disciplined with your money. Question what you are spending your money on. Comparison shop again. Now let's talk about credit cards. I wouldn't say to close them down. I would say only cut up your credit cards if you have no self-control, or if you lack self-control, cut up your credit cards. You don't have to, but only if you lack self-control, because I think it's still good to keep your credit cards. So if you do have self-control, don't cut up your cards, because it will lower your credit score. And I do want you to maintain your credit score. I do want you to increase your credit score, because having a higher credit score will give you advantages in other areas. We're not going to spend too much time on credit cards because I want to do a whole show about credit cards alone. All right, but I would say if you have issues with controlling your spending, then cut up your credit cards and attack them. If you don't have a problem and you've already made up your mind that you're not going to use them, keep them and just pay them off. All right, guys, does that make sense? You will need accountability and support, and there are so many communities out there that can help you with your with being a part with your accountability. All right, so consider joining a debt management community such as Dave Ramsey's Baby Steps free Facebook group. Just type in the Ramsey Baby Step community on Facebook, or there's one by Clark Howard. Clark Howard Ditch Your Debt free Facebook group. He has a Facebook group as well. They're free Facebook groups. So much free information, so much free support, and something that I love to watch is Dave Ramsey's show on YouTube every day. When I was paying off my mortgage, I watched Dave Ramsey every single day, no fail, because they had a section. I have a section on the show where once people have paid off their debt, they go on the show or they call them up on the phone and they do a little interview. Dave Ramsey asked them questions like, how much debt did you have? How long did it take? What was your motivation? And what does it feel like now that you're out of debt? And they end up with having a debt-free scream, and they say, I'm debt free. And it's so amazing to see that. That used to really inspire me every time I would hear them do that. I was so inspired. So I would say definitely tune into Dave Ramsey's debt-free scream. It is amazing. Let's see what Facts and the Uncomfortable Truth is saying here. My wife at one time when she wanted a purse or shoes, I think, is that going to change your life? and then she says no, but I will be happy. But that question eventually sank in, and I am so proud of her. Yeah, when you're thinking about buying something new, you think to yourself, is that going to really change your life? Am I really going to be... But she would say that it'll make her happy. You know? After a little while, you kind of think about your bigger goal. Do I want to be debt-free now? Or can this handbag or can this purse, can these shoes wait a little bit? Can I get more wear out of what I already have? So I'm so proud of your wife too, because it's a change of mind. It's a mindset change. Do we really need this? Can it wait? Do I want to be debt free more? What is your priority? So I like that. She's thinking about it. What are your priorities? So you just got to change your priorities. And again, it's only for a period of time. And once your mindset has changed, chances are you're probably not going to go back to excessive spending, but you're just more aware when these things come up. All right, so I think I have just one more slide, guys. So we have a few more of the step number 8. And this is, again, education is so key. There are so many different ways you can get free education, financial education. And again, we're kind of playing catch up, because again, we weren't taught financial literacy, but there's no excuse, right? Right? Facts of the Uncomfortable Truth. There's no excuse, because we have the internet, you have Google, you have YouTube, you have all these different resources. You have your free library. You have your library, a lot of free education on your library. Now we have something, I don't know if you have it on your library, go check it out. When it comes to free online resources, we have something called Universal Class, and there's so many free trainings for retirement, for finances, debt, personal finances. There's so many different free trainings that I'm actually going through myself just to make sure that I have the education and the preparation for this series that I'm doing. I'm going through so many different training sessions that I find online, and what I'm finding, I'm bringing it to you for free. And if you've been on all of my sessions so far, you'll realize, excuse me, you'll realize that I'm building a course for you guys. I'm building this course free. All right, we've had about 5 sessions so far, and all of this is being given to you for free right now. It's not going to be free forever, but for now, it's free. And then again, watch Dave Ramsey's for the frequent debt-free screams. We talked about that just a second ago. Visit SusieOrman.com. SusieOrman.com has a lot of great resources. You just go to these websites, and it's such abundance of information. You can't go wrong. And then Clark.com, that's ClarkHoward.com, or Clark.com for his podcast. All of these people have podcasts, websites, YouTube channels, the information is abundant, and also videos, tons of free information. And there are so many different people in this space now. There's the budgetista. There's so many people that are doing debt and financial literacy. You can't go wrong. And then Clark again has this free hotline. It's called the Consumer Action Center. You could call him up and ask him any question. Ask them, it's a team, ask them any question between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. each and every day, 5 days a week. And he's been doing that for 20 years and more. And then just go to YouTube and search debt elimination. We're talking about debt today, so just go ahead and search for debt elimination to find tons and tons and tons of resources. So, on the phone typing, not a problem, totally understand. Please like, share, subscribe, support the channel. Use the catch up if you feel to. I do appreciate you. No excuses says facts and the uncomfortable truth. We did not have online or YouTube growing up. No excuses. We love you guys, though we are just pushing you to be the best you. That's right. We're pushing each and every one of us to be the best that we can be. So that's where we're headed with this series. That's where we're headed with this series, guys. I believe that is the last slide, but just in summary. Being debt free gives you a sense of freedom, right? Because you owe no man, you owe nobody anything. And I also want to just stress something here. If you've borrowed money from a friend, pay back that friend. Put it as part of your goal, your plan. And even though there's not a minimum payment, save it up. You know, let's say, for example, you owe somebody $100. Each week, save up $25 each week. And after the 4 weeks, pay the person back the full amount. Don't try to pay them back in increments. Pay them back the full amount. But try to make sure that you pay back the friends that you've borrowed money from, because borrowing money from friends can sometimes ruin friendships. You know, they see you out buying this and you're buying that, and you haven't paid back your friend. That's not nice. So I do want to stress that if you've borrowed money from a friend, pay back that friend. Keep that friendship strong. Anyway, I digress. So being debt free gives you more opportunities. It gives you more opportunities to do more things because you're free. You're free. Let's say I hadn't paid off my debt 4 years ago. I wouldn't be in a position to retire. So make sure that you pay back your debts, whatever they are, so that you are in a position to retire. Because that's the whole goal. That's the whole goal of this series, is to be ready to retire, right? It gives you discipline. After you've paid back your debt, after 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, a 9-year drive to pay off a 30-year mortgage. After you've done that for 9 years, do you think that you've developed some discipline? Do you think that you've just developed some character? I would say absolutely yes. And then also pay it forward. What I mean by that is share the knowledge. Share what you've learned. I've learned to pay how to pay off debt, and I was able to pay off my debt. I was able to pay off a debt for a friend, help them step by step to pay off their debt, raise their credit score. They're debt free as well. And if you can do it for somebody else, or you can at least share that it's possible. Because some people think, oh man, 9 years, it's going to take me 9 years to do this, or it's going to take me 5 years to do this. It's possible. You can just do it piece by piece. So share the knowledge and pay it forward. And then again, the ultimate goal of this whole series is to retire sooner. Knowing that you don't have debt, it allows you to see the possibility of when you can retire. All right, because at the end of the day, most people are working because they have debt or because they have to fund their life. Debt is one of those things that once you've eliminated that piece, you can move on to the next part. So you can see your retirement a lot quicker if you'd have no debt. Let's go back to the chats here. Very true. Pay people back, right? That is so true. So guys, if you're still with me, please go ahead and drop me a number 8 in the chat if you have heard all of the 8 steps that we went through today. I'm going to just go and do a quick summary of what all of those 8 steps are, just for clarity. The 8 steps we went through, let's go back to the beginning, is step 1, add up all your debts. You've got to start to make a plan. Add it up, whether you're going to do it electronically or on a piece of paper. Here's a spreadsheet. I'm going to have this spreadsheet. It's pretty simple, but you have your due date, your creditor, your balance, your interest rate, and your minimum payment. Add this all up on a spreadsheet in a book and start making a plan. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and call up the creditors and ask to lower the rates. You may be able to get through. You may be able to get them lowered. Maybe you won't, but you won't know if you don't ask. So call them all up and ask them. All right. Then you may be able to refinance for a better interest rate. All right. Or consider taking out credits and doing balance transfers and transferring your monies to a lower credit interest rate. I would say you don't need to pay for I would say you don't need to pay for a credit service. I think that you can do this by yourself. If you need support, just ask somebody for support, because somebody like myself, I could support you, but I don't think you have to pay, $30 a month or $50 a month to have somebody do this for you. I think that you can do this for yourself. You just might need some support, and with what we've gone through, you just need the support to do so. All right, that's step number 3. Step number 4 is to make sure your debt is part of your budget. Add it as a line item as part of your budget, that you know how much you're going to be paying off each month. And then set a debt pay off goal, whether it's a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. Set a goal and even make it visible, pin it to your wall, and check it off each week, each month, so that you can see your progress and celebrate your small wins. Start paying off the debt. Once you have your plan together, you could start paying off your debt, whether you're going to use the snowball method or the avalanche method. And there's a video that you can watch on clark.com, on daveramsey.com. Just put in those terms, snowball and avalanche, to see how that's done in more detail. And then if you want to be even more aggressive, you want to start finding some money from places, whether you want to get another job, sell stuff, whatever it is, get a side hustle. There are so many different ways to add extra money to your to the debt. And then finally, be part of a support system, get support, be part of a community, and you can do that even quicker because you're getting help. All right, guys. There are so many resources out there, free resources. I'd say you don't have to pay for this kind of knowledge. Even though we weren't taught it in school, with technology, it's available and it is free. All right, guys. So with that, let me just go through and show my special VIPs some love, and to be a part of my VIP. Hey, 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 once again, we have a big special event happening on October the 15th, which is a Saturday. It's going to be from noon until 4 o'clock. And I'm going to be putting out more information about that. I'm putting my lineup together and the plans for the event. But it says free 99, right? I love free 99. But it's basically all of the things that we're discussing during our sessions. It's going to culminate at the end, in the middle of October, with a big event. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have fun. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have food. It's going to be a fun day because we're going to give information and we're going to have fun at the same time, guys. So it's going to be, if you guys know my shows, you know that my live shows, you know that we have a great time. Who has just joined us? Hey, Born Bright, long time no see. Good to see you, man. Happy Thursday to you. And thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by. So I was telling you that I'm doing the show early today, excuse me, because I'm going to an event. And the event is basically a scholarship celebration. So we're going to be awarding some scholarships to some young people. And the reason why this is important to me, because also once you're debt free, you can give more to other people, right? So there's a scholarship program that I am contributing to, and it's a dear friend of mine who passed away just a year ago, and her friends decided to put this scholarship foundation in her name. This is the Marjorie Forrest Scholarship Foundation. She was so active in Kiwanis, in the community for years. All of her life, I think she was in the service of giving back. And now her legacy of giving back continues. So this evening at 7 o'clock, I'm going to that event. And there's also going to be a scholarship in my name because I give it back to this program. And that's where I'm going to be tonight at 7, 8 o'clock. That's why I'm not doing the show later on tonight. But we were able to do the show early today, and I will do the replay at 8 o'clock. So even though it's not going to be live, it will be replayed at 8 for those who are working. Most of my viewers are working during the daytime, so they'll be able to catch that at night. All right, guys, so to be added to the VIP crew, send your flyer or to send me a message to info@millissajayne.com. And the final thing that I wanted to show is that all of the information, the resources, the links and everything are part of my VIP and my private community. So if you'd like to be a part of the private community to get all the links, the templates and everything for all of the sessions that we're doing during this series of Retire Ready, you just ask me to be a part of that community, which is info@millissajayne.com, and you can be a part of that community. All right, so let me know, does anybody have any comments or anything? Let's see, how much time have I got? I've got about 10 minutes before I need to start to get ready for that. Does anybody have any thoughts, comments? I'm going to drop the link. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Let's go ahead and drop that in. I would love to know if anybody could come up just for 10 minutes and we can wrap this up nicely with a bow. I would love to have your comments, your thoughts. I know most of you are probably getting home from work at this time, probably driving. So I will just give it a few moments to see if anybody comes up. And while I'm doing that, I do want to show you the community that we have. I can show you that real quick as well while I'm waiting to see if anybody wants to come up. Let's have a look. Let me just go ahead and show you the community. Da, 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 da. All right, here's the community that we have. Basically, each time we do another show, we have another folder. All right, so we have one folder that has all of my past shows in. We have another folder that has the overview and what we plan to talk about throughout this session, this series. All right, then we have our folder where we talked about the budget, and there's all of the resources for the budget. All right, why is that clicking there? Then we have a folder that we have our net worth, our discussion about net worth, and our resource for net worth. We had a topic about wills. There are the links for the wills, and then our discussion if people need help. So it's a private community, and if you want to have access to everything, then simply let me know. Okie dokie. All right, guys, so with that said, I believe I'm going to end the stream since nobody is coming up and we have a lot of stuff to get through today. So I'm just going to go ahead and play our music as we say good night. But I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. I know it's a strange time, but I'm so happy that you made the time to join. So I'm going to play my music and I will say my goodbyes. Again, thank you so much for joining the show. And I'll see you next week at 8, back to the normal time at 8 p.m. All right. Let's go. So thank you to Marva Riley. Thank you to Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Thank you to Gary Dixon. Thank you to Facts and the Uncomfortable Truth. Yeah, buddy. Thank you to Urban Gardening Chronicles. But you love this music. So funky. Thank you to Professor Black Ops. Cyber security for the people. Thank you to Coach Mary Moore. Thank you to Coach Mary Moore. Thank you to Gail at Night. Big shout out to Gail at Night, the moderator of all moderators. Follow me on Instagram. Join my VIP crew at info@MillissaJayne.com. Thanks for all your great comments, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Vaughn Bryant for stopping by. Let me know if you want to be added to my VIP crew. info@MillissaJayne.com. Or if you want to just get in touch with me, just send me an email. Just say hi. On Instagram, email, Facebook, YouTube. Leave your comments. Tell a friend, guys. Thank you. Good night. Well appreciated. Good night, Gary. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, support. Use the Cash App if you like. Brenton, I enjoyed this. Well, I enjoyed you being here. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Good night, Gail. Have a good evening, everybody. Next week, we're going to come back with another great topic. And remember, at the end of this, we're going to have a full curriculum, a full course. Budgets, your net worth, how to do your will. We're going to do trusts soon coming up. We're going to get into retirement accounts, 401k, investment accounts, IRAs, Roth IRA. We're getting into all of that, guys. We're getting into all of that. At the end, we're going to get together and have a party in South Florida. All right. So for those who are here in South Florida, it's amazing. But we'll have to go live so that you guys can also be a part of it in YouTube Live. All right, so I'm going to get ready to go to my event tonight, and I'll see you next week. Have a good evening. Bye.